Hello everyone, I'm back. I have another journal I wanted to share with you. This one is a large 6.5 by 9.5 Christmas journal. It is traditional Christmas red, green, gold lace. It's on the verge of shabby chic, I think, about as much so as I can do. It's not really my style necessarily, but this is very traditional. It has a lot of traditional vintage and antique items throughout it, and I will just show you. So it is tied closed with this lace, which I got at an estate sale. All of these pieces of lace came from an estate sale. I believe most all of them. Maybe some of the doilies came from somewhere else. I'm not sure. But the lace is not attached. This lace is it's a wider trim lace, but it just naturally wants to fold, so I just went with that. Everything is naturally aged. As far as the laces and doilies go, I didn't, if I remember correctly, I didn't add any coloring to them. So anyways, we'll just get into this. This is a vintage image which I printed out on some heavy cardstock, and I sealed it. I punched the corners with a decorative punch and stitched it on with some gold thread. Yeah. Layered behind it is organza ribbon, some velvet fabric, this beautiful gold doily, another larger ivory doily. This was a section of some fabric that I have that was meant to be cut out into appliques. So I cut that corner piece out there. Behind it is another doily, and there's fabric behind that, and some crocheted trim here along the edge. This is a vintage brooch, which is a Christmas tree, as you can see, and it has jewels of different colors, or rhinestones, I'm not really sure, on it to look like ornaments. There's some gold and white ribbon down here, some more lace. There is lace on the spine as well. You can see that the signatures, there are two signatures, and they're stitched in with some red thread. The back is a section of, oh, stop fussing, Marcia. Okay, the back is a section of a table runner, which has some beautiful white, what is it called? Embroidery. Okay, and I did add some ink to that just to kind of help it to match the rest of the journal. Another section of that fabric over here just to kind of carry over the Christmas feel, and some more crocheted trim along this edge. So that is the outside cover. As you can see on the edges, there are some fabric tabs as well as some charms pinned in. So we will dive in. We have another charm pinned in here. This is a fabric pocket with poinsettias and birds. In the pocket is a large stamped tag, and I colored in some of the images. There's the poinsettias and gold. For journaling, a collaged journaling card which I made with an old stamp, Christmas stamp, a sticker, a little bit of tea bag, a vintage hymnal Christmas song. Christmas hymn, that's what it's called. And it is blank on the back. Oops. It's a vintage image of Santa. This, I was having a good time with this. This is made to look like a vintage letter, but it's been decorated. I did a wax seal. I put this yarn through the wax seal so it is attached to the letter. There's some trims on here stitched on. I burnt the edges. I dripped some wax on there and then peeled it off, and it left kind of these oil stains. There's a little bit of the wax seal wax right there as well. And when you open it up, it is also decorated. I did some stamping inside with a frame, poinsettia, and some more fabric. And I burnt the edges. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun just making it look really old and decorated. So that I just think of that as like maybe a letter you would write to someone, a past person, a relative, or maybe even a letter to Santa. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. Got some more trim here. This pocket. Everything has been tea dyed. I didn't do coffee dyeing in this one because I didn't want the pages to be real dark because of the lights of the laces and the crocheted things. I didn't want it to be contrasting. I wanted it to go together. So we have Joy stamped here. This is a vintage postcard. There are several of these with different images on them. They came in a little booklet, and it is vintage. I believe from the 50s. I'm not 100% sure, though. Vintage image collaged on this envelope, which makes a little pocket for a tag. Which I collaged on here some stickers for journaling. Some embossed paper. It's a heavy cardstock, which I inked. Made a little tuck spot with. This is a vintage card. It came from an old, very old 1800s album, and it is very aged. It has stains, it has spots where some tape had been at one time, and yeah, it doesn't say anything on the back, but I just thought that was an interesting thing to add in here. I stamped paper for some extra journaling. Another one of those postcard piece to you at Christmas. Makes a little tuck spot, a recipe card that you can journal on or write a recipe down. A little bit of a cutout, which I collaged with some cheesecloth. Stamped poinsettia. There are some large pockets here for you to put extra things in, like Christmas cards or what have you, ephemera. A little collage here with an old stamp and a bit of some music. Hymnal, Christmas hymn, a tab, velvet tab, vintage image just printed out to make a journaling card. This is a vintage image printed on, well, it's just printed on the tea-dyed paper, but it is a sheet music cover. Stamped here, it says, "May the hope and peace of this season fill your heart with joy." This was a Christmas card, which I just cut the cover off of and made a tuck spot. This is from a children's Christmas book, Christmas songbook. Deck the halls and we wish you a Merry Christmas. There is some ornaments stamped here. They are gold. They do shimmer a bit. Some ornaments. An envelope and another vintage image. This is from the same, very old. Earlier, I did a video about an 1885 photo album. This is one of the images from that. So it was loose in the book, and I love that she's here in her winter outfit with her muff, and it's all white and gold. This is a little envelope which I decorated and did another little wax seal on there. And inside is just a little card. It's made to look kind of like a place card or an invitation or what have you. That clips here. Some stamping. Another vintage image printed out. Some girls ice skating and a gentleman. A little bag here with another vintage image and some collaged papers. A little tuck spot here with this little teddy bear on a drum and some lace. This is just a journaling card which I made with a stamp and some tissue paper collaged together. This is some writing paper with some cardinals and holly. The other side of the envelope has a little tuck spot on it with some poinsettia stickers. Another one of those postcards. Oh, I forgot to put something in there. I was going to put some extra writing paper for you to write on. The other side of the envelope with some collaged image and some paper. This is a Christmas lullaby printed out on tea-dyed paper. Some lace with a charm of Christmas bells. Some stamping here. This is, well, a tag with a poinsettia on it. Very simple, but place to write. This is from a 1920s-ish book, but I thought I'd put it in there because it has a menu for a Christmas dinner, and it has the full course dinner, and there are 2 pages. You can use this just to keep in the book, or you can use it as collage, a collage element, or what have you. And it has, I believe, was it like, how many courses? I just thought it was interesting. There are 12 courses for the 12 Days of Christmas, I believe. I could be wrong, though. Sorry. Some more of that fabric. Says Christmas Time Delights. A vintage image of an invitation. Some ladies in their winter coats. Some more stamping. Just some eyelet lace here, trim, and some sequins collaged on here with this, what is this called? A glassine bag which has been tea dyed, and some doily and a sticker. Inside here is a vintage postcard. It is the original, and it is from, let me see, it says on here 1913. So that's just kind of fun. It was kind of fun to just kind of read those and see what all was being talked about. Another one of those vintage postcards. This, what is it called? Onion skin paper. This is a page from a book. It's about the wise men, and this also creates another large pocket here. Little velvet pocket with a tag. This says, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. Another vintage image clipped on here, and a piece of that gold doily made, stitched on to make a tab, and a little stocking and bell charm pinned on. This is a, let's see, I'll just use this, a frame which I have stitched on, and you can slide a picture in behind there. It's a vintage image of a Christmas card. Bright Be Your Christmas. Great place for journaling. Some collage element here with paper and a vintage image. This is a large tuck spot with this plaid paper and a stamped Christmas tree image, which I stitched on. And then this is a vintage image from an Ideals magazine. It has a tree with the snow, and I backed it with coffee dyed paper for journaling. Some more of those gold ornaments, some more of that fabric which I've stitched on. It says decorate your holidays with happiness. Some more stamping, a stamped tree which I then stitched on to the paper. This is another vintage postcard, Christmas Joy. This one does not have a date on it, but it is very old and it is embossed. I love that little snowy scene there. This is another page from the Ideals magazine. I really love this picture of the Nativity. And on the back is a poem about Christmas with some beautiful cardinals. Oh, and this is a vintage stamp stitched on here with some muslin. A little collage here with some paper and a sticker, some stamping, another large pocket, and here's another one of the pages from the children's music book. This is We Three Kings, which is, and this is the other side of the Three Wise Men story, or the Wise Men. The onion skin paper, little collage here with a doily and trim, some of that velvet fabric, and a little bag with a tag in it with a vintage image. Some gold ribbon, gold and white ribbon, a little stamp there. Oh, and on the back here is some more of that gold doily and some crocheted trim, and I just pinned on this beautiful plaid tiny little stocking here. I thought it was super cute. And then in the back is another large pocket, black and white fabric here. I didn't mention this to begin with. That covers the inside. Forgot about that. Just so it's all cohesive. Here is, this is another page from that I want to say 1923 cookbook, and this has Christmas dinner table. Thought it was a really cool picture. It has the sleigh and the reindeers and little Christmas trees. And on the back I just did some stamping. and some little collage down here. And then another large collaged tag for journaling. This is a very large index card, which I just did some more Christmas hymn and some tissue paper and these little stickers that were made to look like stamps, but I don't believe they were, but they have, you know, Mary and Jesus on there. And some doily to create more spaces for journaling. And so there is my vintage Christmas journal. It is very full. It has a lot in it, but as you can see, I can kind of smush it like so, and there's still lots of room to add a lot more things in there. You can just keep adding to it. So, this will, of course, be listed in my Etsy. So, if you are interested, you can go check that out, and all of the details as far as how many pages and whatnot will be in there. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye.